Hi everybody, this is Brandon from the Center for Blade Arts in Minneapolis, and today I've got another high rep drill for military saber. As in the last drills, what we're going to really think about today is making sure that we're always taking the blade after our hit. When we sport fence or when we're just playing in class, it's really easy for us to get all amped up and excited when we're getting close enough and we have a setup where we can hit, and as soon as we hit, our brain shuts off just like that. This is a flaw in any kind of point fighting system that we compete with. We need to remember, this game that we're playing or this point fighting system is actually not the way I would fight with an actual sword. I've got to make sure that I take my blade and control their weapon as soon as I hit. Otherwise, we're both going to get hit, and that's not good in a real sword fight. All right, so today we're going to work through a series of parries, and we're always going to riposte to the same target. Today we're going to riposte the flank. Flank is a difficult target to hit because even if someone has kind of a poor guard, they're usually leaving very little space to hit in a way that's going to be effective, right? If they're in a hanging guard, you have to get past their point to hit this target. If they're in guard and tierce on this outside guard, there's very, very little space between your hip bone and the elbow. There's very little to hit. So we need to make sure that our hand is coming down low so that we're hitting above the pelvis. All right, so from my guard, which again is a threat, it's not a parry, I'm going to move my point to the outside, do my parry to flank. Now I'm going to drop my point in. Now from here, I'm going to drop my point a little bit, lift my point up and hand comes across into belly parry or parry 4, and my point comes around and I cut again. Now from here, my hand raises straight up, and again I cut to that same line. From here, I lift my point up, elbow comes back in, and I'm back to guard. So I'm going to go parry, riposte, parry, riposte, parry, riposte. It's important when you're doing this that you try to limit your movement. All of your movements need to be as small as possible. We want to make sure that we're making really small actions and our opponents are making really big actions. As I've mentioned before in previous videos, I would much rather have you make a parry that's a little bit too small, you get hit a tiny bit, than have you do a great big sweeping parry that ends up with you getting hit quite nicely on a different line. So when we're doing this, we're making very small actions, small parry, cut, small parry, cut, small parry, cut, and then right back to guard. So if we make all of our actions really small, and we can trick our opponent into making big actions, that's going to make us faster, it's going to make them slower, it gives us more time to figure things out. All right, thank you very much. Everybody stay inside and stay safe. Get a little bit of exercise today. If you just decided to do 5 push-ups every hour, all day long, or if you decided to skip rope for 5 minutes every hour, all day long, you'd get a ton of exercise and you'd be feeling great in no time. All right, think about sword fighting all day long. It's better than reading comic books, or so I've heard. We will see you as soon as we possibly can. Take care.